In example 4, they ask us to write an equation in point-slope form for the perpendicular bisector of the segment with endpoints -1, 6 and 3, 4. So graphing is not necessary, but I graphed it so you can see what's going on, and it is going to help us a little bit. So the first thing I'm going to look at is what it means for graph lines to be perpendicular. Perpendicular means that we look at the slopes. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to find the slope of AB. Now notice it goes down 2 and over 1, 2, 3, 4. So let me write our slope, and then we'll find the perpendicular slope. So what I wrote is that the slope is -2 over 4, which reduces to -1 over 2. Now the perpendicular slope, you would flip this fraction and change the sign. So it's going to be +2. Okay, so this is the slope that I need. And I'm going to highlight it so that you can see. I'll just make the text red, okay, or orange as the case may be. And this is the slope that I need for my point-slope form equation. Now I also need a point. Now the other word they used is bisector. Bisector means the exact middle, or a midpoint. So let me apply the midpoint formula and get the midpoint of this segment. So if you recall, the midpoint formula asks us to average the x values. That means add them and divide by 2, and then average the y values. So you add the y values and divide by 2. So the midpoint here is the point 1,5, and I'll make this orange again so it's really visible. Okay, there it is. Now, the last thing I need to do is actually make my point-slope form equation. So I'm going to use point-slope form and just put all of this in. So my final answer is this equation right here, y minus the y value of the midpoint equals the slope times x minus the x value of the midpoint. So this is the final answer. Now you have one to do. Just remember, find the slope, find the perpendicular slope. That means flip the fraction and change the sign. Then find the midpoint by averaging the x values and averaging the y's, and then put it into point slope form, which is this format right here. Okay, so here's your check it out question. So this time you have the points 5, 2, and 1, -4. So that's the last thing you need to do on your Google Doc before you turn it in as your classwork for today. And then you have some homework to do. So please let me know if you have any questions. And that's it for this video.